Get my hair fixed. Hello and welcome back. Oh, there's annoying bits in that. No. Oh, I'll fix it. It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. No. Hello and welcome back. Okay, so I need to pull some up and explain a couple of things. Let me pull up my extra Twitch chat. We're doing 2 Twitch chats today. Come on, please load. I really need you to load. Okay, maybe. Okay, there we go. YouTube is available. Okay. We are live on both Twitch and YouTube today. This is primarily a test stream for YouTube. So, we attempted to go live last week on YouTube. And when I say attempted, I mean attempted. I attempted to go live last week on YouTube, but it didn't work out very well because I had an internet outage in my area. On the day that I decided to do a test stream on YouTube, there was an internet outage in my area. My upload speed went down to about 2 megabytes per second. And I couldn't stream on Twitch, let alone YouTube as well. That is a little bit bright. And I couldn't stream on Twitch, let alone Twitch and YouTube. So, the YouTube stream ended up as a laggy, horrible mess. So hence, we're trying the test stream again today. Now, there is one other difference. With YouTube chat, there is no YouTube chat on the screen. I am sorry about that. Going forward, when I'm back, this is going to be my last stream before leaving for Turin. When I'm back from Turin, I will try and set that up again. We had options to multi-chat. I tried a couple different applications. Thank you. Thank you, multi-chat. None of the applications were working. I'm likely going to have to pay for a feature because I have no idea how to set up multi-chat consistently. The only one that we found that might work cuts off the stream chat, so you can't actually read the full message. You could only read like the first 2 words of the message. So, we'll figure it out. I'm gonna have to figure out multi-chat, but it's not gonna be today, because I do not have time. When I am back from Turin, that will be a priority to set up though. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! You may have seen my post on Twitter specifically. I will be making similar posts on like Instagram and stuff as well. But I want to play more Yu-Gi-Oh! Technically I have 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG decks. But I have a Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG deck for the first time in about a year. Because I had Memento, but it was never full power Memento. It was always nerfed Memento. Because I didn't own Charmies. So I never actually owned full Memento. But I still had some fun with it back then. Still didn't really get into the TCG though. I just kind of played once or twice. I want to stop playing locals again, maybe a couple of regionals, play a couple more events again. I'm not planning on attending any YCSs, I'm not planning on taking the game that level of competitive. But in order to even attend locals and get competitive again, I need to learn the TCG format, because I don't like losing. I don't like losing. So that is the situation. Yeah, the plan for today is predominantly gonna be using a dueling book. I have like sorted out like the dueling book plugins and stuff, so I shouldn't get hate crimed on dueling book. And if it does, it shouldn't flag me on Twitch because there's a bunch of banned words. So it's fine. Oh, it's Dragon Shield? You'll never guess the color. Nah, they're not Dragon Shield. They are not Dragon Shield. I have no idea what sleeves these are. I have no idea what sleeves they are. I think the extra deck sleeves are Dragon Shield. I think these sleeves are Dragon Shield, but I don't know what these are. They're definitely not Dragon Shield, though. They might be old KMCs. Shockingly, having not played Yu-Gi-Oh! In like a year, I don't actually own any new sleeves. The one type of sponsor I wish I had is a sleeve sponsor. One type of sponsor I wish I had is a sleeve sponsor. Because I go through so many card sleeves. I go through an unholy amount of card sleeves. And especially since I'm now playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, it is like... every event, it's like 2 packs of sleeves. Every event, it's extra 20 quid every event. It's the one kind of sponsor that I wish I had. Hint, hint. You saw the tweet at the bottom of the sleeves looked like a lot like the chipping on Dragon Shields made in Mexico. Yeah. I don't know what I expected from you. I don't know what I expected. But unfortunately, I don't think they were made in Mexico. I don't know, maybe all Dragon Shields are, but I've never been to the Americas. I've never been to any American countries. You're not planning getting back into competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! But you saw Call the Haunted cards? Look, the Call of the Haunted cards looked cool, but I have no idea what the fuck they do. Jessica, stop swearing. I'm trying to work on that. Call me out. Call me out. Also, I was gonna make like a janky counter, but I'm just gonna keep it as a mental counter for how many times someone comes into my chat and says I thought you quit. I'm expecting at least 1 or 2 of those this stream. Even though... yeah, I don't know. Dragon Shields are made in Mexico, Denmark, the USA, and China, and each of them have differences in texture / flaws. Do you have, like, card sleeve autism? Is that what, like... just like how some people will have, like, numbers of pi autism. Are we talking, like, card sleeve autism here? Or is it just Dragon Shield? Is it like card sleeve autism or is it Dragon Shield autism? Think there's room in Predaplant to put a small Ricker engine? No. I think there is room. Do I think it's going to be optimal? Nah. I don't think it's going to be optimal. I think the Ricker engine cuts you off of like a lot of the Dragon Endball pieces. You don't particularly care a lot of the time about the Dragon Lock. But it just feels very... it doesn't feel like it synergizes very well. The only one that really synergizes is, I guess, Snowdrop to summon a Predaplant from hand. But yet then, if you're doing that at that point... also, the Fusion Lockout of XYZ sucks. If you get Fusion locked out of XYZs, it's like half the Ricker engine is just turned off anyway. I don't think Ricker is a viable engine. In general. I don't think it's worth splashing it in any plant deck right now, unless something like drastic changes. I cannot see it working personally. People, damn, you asking to track down sleeves like your rainbow. I'm low-key. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. Dragon Shield art mats, or jewel mats. I hate Dragon Shield art sleeves. Now that I've learned that Dragon Shield have different suppliers, maybe it's just the European art sleeves. I played with Dragon Shield art sleeves 2 times. 2022 UK Nationals, and I had art sleeves on my extra deck Euros 2023. 2022, I had Dragon Shield, I used Dragon Shield art sleeves on my main deck. And I had like razor, like paper cuts all down this finger. Because of how I was shuffling, the corners of the card sleeves were so sharp. I just had a line of paper cuts down my finger after only shuffling for one day. Because I didn't really play day 2 in that event. So just one day worth of shuffling, I had my finger covered in paper cuts, and it was hard to write for a week. So I have like a grudge against Dragon Shield art sleeves. The second issue that I had was Euros 2023. The sleeves themselves were fine. They were on my extra deck. Oh no, they were on my main deck actually. They were double sleeved on my main deck. And so they were double sleeved, no cutting my finger issue. But I went on stream. And they said no. They said, hey, you're not allowed those sleeves. And on stream, at like round 8 or something, the stream got delayed by 10 minutes because there was just a team of 3 people re-sleeving my entire deck. Because the Dragon Shield art sleeves weren't allowed on stream. There was just a team of 3 people re-sleeving my entire deck. And low-key, I don't want that to happen again. So I probably won't use Dragon Shield art sleeves again at an event. I know it's unlikely that I get a feature match at this point, but I don't want to risk that. This was actually before the new sleeve rules. This was before all of those rules came into effect. But regardless, I had to change it on stream. Regardless, had to get changed. But like, what is pre-Y2K? What does that mean? Does that mean pre-2020? What are the sleeve rules? You are not allowed to use anything year 2000. Oh. They existed pre-2000? So, sleeve rules are the same as the mat rules. You can't have unofficial art, basically. You either have clear plain sleeves or official sleeves, I think. Something like, it's the plain mat rule. It's the same as the playmat rule where you can't have like unofficial playmats, you can't have like unofficial arts or whatever. It's the exact same thing. We got a Steel Tiger Ultras from 1995, been going since the 50s? Okay, I didn't know that, because like, when I think of like Ultra Pro, I'm thinking of just like specifically trading card game sleeves. And most of the major trading card game sleeves started like late 90s. Like Magic. What were they using for Ultra Pro in the 50s? Because it's Magic. It would be Magic and Pokemon started like late 90s. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Started in the West early 2000s. Baseball cards? Okay, sure. I guess, yeah, there is a whole, like, world of collectible baseball cards worth millions of pounds in your basketball card. I know nothing about that. That's never really a thing that I've seen. I've not seen anything like that in Europe. Yeah, sure, we have, like, the standard Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon collector's market. Magic the Gathering collector's market. But there's nothing, like... There's no, like, baseball sleeves. There's no, like, baseball cards or, like... I guess Match Attack's football cards are a thing, but they're not really collectible. Like, football cards are a thing, but they're not collectible. No one really gives a shit about them. I don't think. I've never seen anyone care about them, outside of, like, 13-year-olds. They're really long as you can't even have an official Yu-Gi-Oh! Art on a mat. Wait, so you can't, even if it's an official Yu-Gi-Oh! Art, if it's not an official Yu-Gi-Oh! Mat, you can't. I mean, I guess that's because of, like, copyright reasons, right? I guess that's just for copyright reasons. Sports card collections are not popular in the States either? Okay. Because the majority of, like, sports card things I've seen are all from the States. I've not seen any, like, European sports cards things. Because the only equivalent that we have is Match Attacks, and that's for children. And no one cares, I've never seen an adult doing anything collectible with Match Attacks, ever. I know there is Match Attacks tournaments. But every time you, like, Google Match Attacks tournaments, it's, like, you get a standard stock photo of, like, two 12-year-olds on, like, a wooden pop-up table in the middle of, like, a Manchester United football stadium. You just get some, like, standard image of two 12-year-olds playing Match Attacks in the middle of a football stadium, saying, look at our new champion! But they're all, like, 12. Because adults don't really play it. I go to Nats. I am not going to Nationals. Unfortunately, even if I wanted to, before I wanted to try any Yu-Gi-Oh stuff again, I booked an event this weekend in Turin. And I'm staying in Turin until the Friday afterwards, or the Saturday afterwards. So I'm not getting back into the UK until the day that UK National starts. So unless I were to rebook my hotels and rebook my flights, it ain't happening. European football stickers? I remember the football stickers! I remember, like, World Cup, you got, like, a magazine. I wish I still had it. I remember, like, 2010 World Cup. My parents got me, like, this magazine, and you were meant to, like, get football, like, stickers of each of the players from, like, sticker packs. And you're meant to, like, build the World Cup teams from the stickers. I remember that. And Go-Go's. I don't know if anyone remembers Go-Go's. But I think it was the full England squad in, like, tiny, tiny little Go-Go figures. Which, looking back, is kind of cute. But I don't know if anyone will remember that. That might just be, like, an exclusive to me thing. I'm pretty sure I still have it at my parents'. But it's basically the full 2010 England football team. All in, like, tiny Go-Go figures. It's probably, like, fairly collectible or worth something now. It's because they have, like, a whole, like, a bench that they go on and everything. It's probably actually, like, a collectible item now, thinking about it. Having Aston Villa players? I have no idea. I have no idea. My Yu-Gi-Oh! My football knowledge is 0. I know if they were in an England shirt, or if they were in a country shirt. I have no idea who plays for who, to be honest. Okay. I know what teams are. So, right, I've watched football for many, many years. I went to football games with my dad from the ages of probably about 9 to the age of, like, 14. Or, like, around, like, 13, 14. So I went to football games fairly consistently throughout my childhood. I know a decent amount about, like, general football knowledge, but do I know what if you told me a modern football player's name, I could not tell you who they were. I could not tell you who they were, and I could not tell you who anyone plays for. But, like, my general knowledge of, like, oh, X or Y team, and the history of the Tranmere Rovers Football Club, those two I'm pretty good at. The last thing I'll say on the football thing is a tiny bit of, like, Jess lore, is I have tried to find it in the past. In the Tranmere Rovers newspaper, or their, like, newsletter, there is an article that I wrote when I was 10. There is an article that I wrote when I was 10 in like one of the old Tranmere Rovers newspapers, which has this like tiny pic. I look so small, but there's this really cute picture of me in it, and I look incredibly like flushed and just small. I think that's probably because it was like people were just screaming swear words. I didn't really know what that meant, but there is somewhere on the internet a Tranmere Rovers newspaper article or news article written by 10-year-old and containing a picture of 10-year-old me. Good luck finding it though, because I can't. I have tried. It's really difficult to get hold of. Okay, let me load up Dueling Book. Oh, I don't want to. Okay. It's not that I don't want to, it's just the Dueling Book always feels weird. Dueling Book always feels weird. Why is there a weird background behind me? It's fine. So. Why is it like this? This isn't right. Why is the setup like this? This doesn't feel quite right. I am confused. Hang on. Is this set up like exclusively games? Let me just check. Okay, this setup is designed exclusively for games and not just for browsing Dueling Book. That is an issue. That is a very, very big issue. Okay. This setup is exclusively designed for actually playing in Dueling Book games. It is not designed for this. I can resize it, but that's going to be really inconvenient. It's okay. It's fine. Let's just figure it out. We'll figure it out together. No. How does the deck builder look? Okay, the deck... Okay, it's fine. The main menu looks a bit shoddy, but the deck builder works. It's fine. It's whatever. As long as the deck builder works and the actual gameplay works, I don't care. We'll get used to it. Okay. So, the things that you need to know. Number one. This is the account that we are running under. We are called Rock Enjoyer. I want to get rid of that background. I really don't like that background. If you couldn't tell, it may not have been me that set up the Dueling Book background. Okay, that feels better. That feels a lot better, okay. It's fine, it's... teething issues. Teething issues are gonna happen. It's fine. This feels a lot less cluttered now on the screen though, so I'm fairly happy. Okay. So obviously, I have been playing Sky Striker. I've been messing around with different deck lists. No, this list is just something I've been messing around with. It's not what I think I'd actually want to play on stream right now. This is very, very similar to Raymond Dye's Columbus list, though, yes. It is very, very similar with the addition to that list is Crossout. Because I've been a very, very big fan of Crossout and testing. Book of Eclipse I've also kind of liked. I've kind of liked Book of Eclipse. I've not liked Infinite Impermanence at all. I've kind of hated Imperm. Imperm has not felt very good to me. But I've liked pretty much everything else. I want to play a third copy of Droplet. I'm a big fan of Droplet. I could also just mean the second draw. I kind of don't hate the second draw. And then inside we get another room for accusations. to try a low count of Crown. There is one reason why I'm not playing Forbidden Crown. I'm fully aware of how good Forbidden Crown is. I am fully aware of how good this card is. Because you can just use this and chain block Droll immediately. Unfortunately, I don't want to buy Forbidden Crown. Unfortunately, Forbidden Crown is an ungodly expensive card right now, and especially considering I'm just getting back into the TCG, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put a ton of money into Forbidden Crown right now. If I was playing in a perfect world, 100% I'd consider Forbidden Crown. I probably would be playing Forbidden Crown. What happened to Plant? Plant bad. Plant bad. Like, I have said it in multiple different places. But, like, Plant has had its time. Plant was around for so long. Plant was around for... I played Plant for almost 3 years. I played Plant for almost 3 years. And eventually you want to break. You get fed up with it. Also, the Predaplant stuff is very, very different. It's not the same as regular Plant. Predaplant is its own deck entirely, and it's a lot more fusion-based. The original Plant Link deck that I played for many years... nah, it's gone. I'm sorry. If it gets a ton of support, then maybe it will come back. But sometimes you just have to let the dead rest. And that goes for Plant. Sometimes you just have to let Plant, you have to just accept, yeah, it was fun. It was a good 3 years. But time's up. As much as I loved the deck and I played it for many years, sometimes you just have to let it go. Because if I came back and played Plant for another 6 months, number one, I would be miserable. And number two, I would lose a lot. So I like the Radiant cards a lot. I honestly don't know fully. I haven't done enough testing about Bill specifically. I like the idea of Desires because it's a +1, but also second Lemnis Gate and second Rose do feel incredibly cloggy. So I am quite undecided on that. I also think Forbidden Crown is a very, very big one. I think Forbidden Crown is a big one in the Desires builds as well, that I do feel like I'm missing. Okay, let me just lower that down very, very slightly. Because, like, this deck in general, I am very, very comfortable with. This hand is atrocious, but that's beside the point. You probably set MST at that point. Unless you do, like, the stupid chain MST line, but there's no way you do that. Okay, let us check on stream very quickly. This is the test stream for Dueling Book. Let's just make sure all the buttons work. Button works. I'm also making sure, because I had to get the plugin that I'm 99% sure it is the Farther plugin, because Dante Beatrice had stupid alternate arcs. Every single time you press the thumbs up button, it's shouted Poyo and showed a chicken on stream. And there was and it also, every time you clicked thinking, it copy-pasted some shitpost into the Dueling Book chat. I had to make sure that all of those features were removed, so if I didn't play... If I decided to just play a regular Dueling Book game, I wouldn't get, like, in trouble for harassment. Also, I don't want a chicken every time I click a button. No, the original, like, the original settings for the plugin are just, like... They are just designed to be annoying. Even now, if you look at the chat, I haven't removed all of them. There is just a bunch of... These are fine. I had to remove the really annoying ones, though. There is a bunch of macros that let me press extra buttons and just post things into chat. Isn't pollo Spanish for chicken? Yes, it is. It posted a chicken. It posted a chicken every single time I pressed the button and then said pollo. Unfortunately, I am a recovered Farfa viewer. I'm not a... I'm an ex... I am a recovered ex-Farfa viewer. So I don't understand why every single time I press the thumbs up button, it says pollo. Okay. You'd also tell... I probably renamed this, actually. It is unfortunately not Kirby Pollo, it is Chicken Pollo. Okay. What we're going to do to start off with, I am terrified of just jumping into ranked. So... Not solo mode. We're going to host a game. I am going to put a dual password on. The password is going to be... I don't know. Sunsea Jess in all lower cases. The username is Rockenjoy. I will play against the first person that joins the room. There's like, you probably have like 5 minutes. We'll do some viewer matches. I will play against the first person. Oh, well, that was less than 5 minutes. The FR view is not terminal condition. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, but you can recover. You can recover. It just give it some time. Do a lot of deep thought. Eventually, you'll understand and you'll be able to recover from the terminal illness that is Farfa viewership. Oh, sorry, I'm forgetting my etiquette. Okay. I need to, like, remember my, like... I need to remember my dueling book etiquette. For those who don't know, I used to be a very big dueling book player. I used to play dueling book... I don't know, what, 12 hours a day? Something absolutely insane, like... 12 hours a day over lockdown. I have been on the top of dueling book ladder. I meant to add a chant. I meant to add a chant. Oops. It's not really the fact that I haven't become like a Farfa viewer. It's that I just have stopped watching a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh content in general. I stopped watching a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh content, and I stopped watching a lot of streams specifically. Obviously, maybe Vision was correct here. You know what, who will remind you he doesn't like Genesis? I don't actively watch Farfa videos. I watch a video occasionally. I don't actively watch Farfa videos, and I know he doesn't like Genesis. That man makes it very, very public that he does not like Genesis. I'm gonna clarify very quickly. LC has been raising the quality of Insightful. I don't know who that is. I feel like maybe I should, but I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Especially in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh content, I have been a lot more out of the space, especially in the last... I'd say especially in the last year or two, I've been a lot more out of the space. Okay, we're gonna have to go for a second engage. If I want that draw. Okay, there's no hand trap, so it might just be something more breaker-based. There's definitely a call for Lemnis here. Because I already have the droplet. I really don't... Oh, I have Book of Eclipse, though. I already have Book of Eclipse, though. It's either Anchor or it's just Lemnis. Something's telling me it's Anchor. Wait, did I draw a card? Oops. It's fine. We have a lot of guaranteed follow-up here. What do you think about Ash Banner Limit? I don't know. Okay, so this is either going to be a mirror match. It's probably a mirror. Realistically, it's a mirror. Unless it's like... I've seen some branded list play Vision. I've seen some branded lists play Vision. You guys can pop off comments going, Yu-Gi-Oh's a new player. Okay, I've seen a couple people. I've seen a couple of people like starting off Yu-Gi-Oh and doing content about it recently. But it's good to see that, it's good to hear that there are newer people in the Yu-Gi-Oh space. That is a very good thing to hear, because especially with Yu-Gi-Oh, you always hear about kind of the same. It's always your Farfas, your DZ, your MBTs, your Nimnims, your Simos. Okay. That is mildly unfortunate. But we're gonna have to deal with it. This isn't plant pile. It's better. Ah! I know that I'm just throwing this down here. I know that I'm just throwing Eclipse down. Because if I can get that Rose stuck in the main monster zone. Aww. It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. The problem is, because it's a striker mirror, I have to, like, concentrate. And it's a lot harder to yap. It's a lot harder to yap when I, like, need to focus. Not a single imperm in the deck. I cut it, but I know that given like format, I'm not saying it's, if it was in the YZS Columbus list, imperm is optimal. Like, it is optimal. If it's not, I am just dropping it because I'm not a fan, but like, okay, Ray. Oh, Hayate, that's fine. I'm just gonna take this in battle. Because if I just take this... The thing is... no, it's slightly better than doing it on CAG. It is unironically slightly better than doing it on CAG. Do we have a linkage? Obviously the Widow Anchor... Oh, sorry, the Shark Cannon would help a lot now. Hey, Dapnos, welcome. Oh, no, this is so bad. Okay, hang on. Eldam. Okay, I have ways to deal with this. This isn't actually that bad. This really isn't that bad. Okay, we're using Eldam. So me just straight up negating this. I mean, we don't have MST engraved, and we don't have a normal summon. We don't have MST engraved or a normal summon. We don't have, so we can't special summon Swen right now. And we have to have either hard drawn MST or a way to get chance specifically. Got him taking? Nope. That is why I DM'd you for testing. Which I will... I think you just sent me a DM, right? I will respond to that in a second. After this game. I'm about to play 2 rows. Oh, right. It's about to draw, sure. Okay. Mirror match siding. Yep. I feel like the... Right. Am I back in Yu-Gi-Oh? I wouldn't use the word back. I would say that I am playing again. I would not say I'm playing like back. I'm not like planning on playing YCSs or competing at the top level again or anything like that. No, I would use... I'm back playing the TCG, but I wouldn't use the word back as in competing. Also, that stream title says Yu-Gi-Oh! Is back. As in, I am... TCG is back. As in, I'm streaming TCG again. TCG is back in the content. I wouldn't say I'm back competing at events, though. So, normally I'd instantly side out these. Not that, actually. The rest is a really weird one. And more cards with the Yugi tubers. I got asked to do another cube, but I couldn't on the day. There is a chance there are more collabs in the future, though. So how Droplets is great in a mirror? Is siding out Droplets crazy in a mirror match? Because I feel like in a mirror match specifically, it's not crazy. I feel like in a mirror match specifically, it's kind of expected. Because, like, the only Droplets target is 0. And I'd rather just have Bell to negate the 0. Every day of the week, I'd rather have a Bell or an Ash. Okay, there is an available engage. This is pretty good. I can mess with this. This still doesn't feel like a great position to be in. But I do have to be quite careful here anyway. The perfect top deck would be like Duster Engage, but there's no way I'm getting Duster Engage. Ugh. Okay. So I could just snipe through these back row right now. I could just hit double, I could MST, Vision, MST again. I don't think that actually achieves anything though. I'm not sure that achieves, so we're gonna have to learn. Judgment. Oh. That is an issue. Maybe I should have just gone blind MST. That's abysmal. That's abysmal. Okay. And now we go first inside in our floodgates. Yay! Floodgates. There are so many good cards here. There's nothing I really want to side out. I guess Duster. And I guess Cosmics aren't really that good. Bell's also kind of mid, but it's really good for 0. And it means I don't lose to like Storm stuff quite as hard. Just drawing this every game. Okay. Droll would hurt. Okay, now this is very, very good. This is now very, very good. I'm going to need drones. Realistically, I'm going to want drones to be able to go into the second engage, and then I'm going to be searching Widow after that. Come on, draw cards. Accusation! Hell yeah, okay. That's pretty good. Because I still got 2 more draws here. Not playing plants. Let the plants rest. The plants, they're happy, they have their legacy. The plants deserve their rest too. The linkage is actually very nice because that's some guaranteed follow-up I don't need to search. No, not the dueling book lag, please. Come on, can we draw engage off engage? Engage off engage. So I have Anchor plus Ash already. Come on, stop lagging. Give me a search. Deck that doesn't die to Mirror Force? Hey, plant. Aroma Plant didn't die to Mirror Force. Aroma Plant specifically didn't die to Mirror Force. Okay. So obviously, like, Shark Cannon is very, very good here. Shark Cannon's fine. I think that's more of a grind game card, though. End phase Lemnis bounce back row is very big, though, because I don't think I need more. I don't need more than one anchor. Do I even set the MST? I don't. There's no reason for you to set MST. There's no reason for me to set MST here. Just like just takes breaks. I mean, thing is, I've still been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Consistently, just not TCG. But my intention was never to completely quit Yu-Gi-Oh! My intention was to come back and play local still, and just like still enjoy the game. I ended up taking way more of a break than I ever expected, to be honest. Okay. Oh, this feels like a thrust. I haven't answered to thrust, it's okay. Okay, it might just be... It might be triggered... No, there's no way I trigger into my own zero here. Oh, 7 Revive looks great. Thank you. It is slightly different to normal. Because normally I would have a... Normally the jellyfish lights would be on. But... that they're in hiding. Okay, so we're chaining Ray on my own. If the last card is a link it, if the last card is an engage, it's gonna suck. What do you Solemn do? It negates it and then banishes all copies of linkage from deck. It negates it and then banishes every single card from deck. So the thing with this match is it's very much like, yeah... Unironically, I didn't think setting MST had any value here. Now that I'm thinking about it though, it does, yeah. Being able to go MST, pop the anchor, does actually provide a bunch more value here. I did not realize how much value MST actually had. But no, I didn't realize that MSC was like that. Okay. In terms of the deck list, I think we just do a couple more viewer matches. Exact same password as before, Sunseed Jess. The exact same password as before. Do I always need to reveal with Solemn? Oh, I didn't read that part. I didn't read that part. I'm actually not sure. Alright, Chiguru, welcome back. The fact... Okay, I actually didn't consider it could be used on its own turn. Okay, the fact that that counters Impulse is huge. The fact that that counters Impulse is actually way, way bigger than I thought it was. I feel like okay. I don't know what the Mitsu this is one matchup I have no idea about. Because Mitsu hasn't been as big a thing in Master Duel. Because Mitsu has been nowhere near as big a thing in Master Duel. Let me just move that over there. That didn't mess anything up? No, I didn't. Thank you. Because Mitsu wasn't as big a thing, I haven't had that much experience in the Mitsu matchup. I don't normally just click down, but I might just click down because I don't have a response. Futsu is a problem. It's fine, just anchor it, Smile. I have a decent amount of negation in this hand, and I do have vision if we only end on like 2 sets. Or if we only on like 1 or 2 sets. Because like, I don't exactly play many hand traps, so I'm not really expecting much here. So the other big problem with this matchup, specifically, the other big problem here is I don't play Shot Cannon. That Shot Cannon is in my side deck. Because that's what other people were doing, so I'm just like, yeah. Obviously, just make it easier. If I adjust the cross level, I play a few one-off hand traps. I still play Ash. I play a few one-off hand traps. This might just be Unbreakable Endboard though, if it's Orcust. Okay, what are we dealing with? I mean, ending on ding feels a bit odd. Ending on ding feels a bit odd, but I can deal with it. Technically, the striker matchup is probably pretty good. Especially with, like, Radiant cards, I can't just MST away the Crescendo. I realize I probably shouldn't be clicking cards because it gives my opponent a notification when I click them. That's a master duel habit I need to drop. That is a very, very master duel habit that I need to drop. Because in terms of things that I have to droplet here. Okay, we're going IP as well. So the things that what has to be done to break this board? Oh god, 2 back row? I mean, there's no draw, I guess. Okay, Eclipse doesn't really do anything. Eclipse technically deals with the Futsu, that is it. This feels very, very rough into a full end board. Okay. I mean, Designator doesn't do anything here. Designator does nothing here. There's actually no... I should be doing this in main phase because there's no threat of draw. There's no threat of draw, so I should be just doing this in main phase. Do I earn crown? I do not. I do not because I'm trying to play a list that I can realistically play in the TCG. And my ability to own cards right now isn't the best. Okay, my ability to own cards is fine. I just don't want to have to buy a crown or 3 crown. Crown is a very expensive card and I don't want to have to justify it right now. The engage does help a little bit. There's something inside me that was like, I could have just gone Vision for MST and just go MST to threaten the Crescendo. So there's no guaranteed purification. I don't even know if they main purification in the TCG. Because if I go engage, it's immediately getting met. Going engage immediately gets met with Crescendo here. If I just go Eclipse, that at least bucks the Futsu and stops the Futsu Reborns. And it could maybe let me just threaten a droplet afterwards as well. Because the crossout is my Murakumo discard. Let's see. If it's a purification, I don't think there's any way I can do this anyway. Yep, that gets banished. So now my engage is live. Okay. Obviously, linkage is fine. I don't actually hate the second anchor. Because if I go target this to take control... Lemnis is also very, very good here. I think it's probably linkage. No, we'll go anchor. Because they still don't know about the second anchor here. Rose! Ooh, okay, that makes things a lot harder. That makes things like an amount harder. This lets me get rid of both of these threats. Oh, it's still not fun. It is still very, very not fun. Obviously, with the amount of follow-up they have as well, this does feel very, very hopeless. This feels very, very hopeless. Okay, so we're going into Crown. Okay. We're going into Crown. So I can just go Azalea. I could also just go Battle. No, Battle doesn't achieve anything. Bear in mind, whatever I link into now isn't going to be able to control my card effects. Azalea could do a very good job of starting to clear here. It's that or SP. Okay, so we're going to Azalea. We got target here. Obviously, one of these is just a Praz. So I think we're just starting to target the back row down. And hopefully we hit the not Praz. We're aiming to hit the non-Praz. Pretty good. Okay, so that we know all of the cards available now. Because now if I go Rose, I'm still getting at normal. Nah, there's no way I go Rose here. Because I don't have the float right now. Shark Cannon would be huge, because Shark Cannon threatens the Symbol Skeleton. Oh god, what do you do? Yeah. Yeah. I did not know this was a thing. Actually, I remember it being announced. I did know it was a thing, kinda. I did kinda know it was a thing. Okay. That's also a very nasty dodge as well. It might be a Link 1 into a Matsu line. It could very much be a Link 1 into a Matsu. But the thing is, this is just an immediate dodge to, that is just an immediate dodge to anchor. Okay, unironically, that's actually okay. Because I can just target the Prez here and force it out immediately. And that means I could then... it's so not fun. It's so not fun. There is no way that I win this. Okay, we still try and learn. Play it out, we still try and learn a bit. It's still worth trying to learn. It's worth learning as much as we can. Drink Futsu. So this means we still have Symbol Skeleton, Revolt, and Gesu. We've already used it, and we've already used this. We've already used that. Okay. Okay. Oh wait, I just like clicked on my YouTube. I didn't mean to do that on stream. Oops. I needed to just make sure the YouTube chat was working because I didn't see it for a while. I didn't mean to open that on stream. Oops. That never happened. You never saw that. Don't worry about it. You didn't see that. Don't worry about it. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, I got distracted by my own thing there. Okay. Okay, also, can we currently hear dueling book noises? Can we currently hear dueling book noises? Because I can turn those on because I find them very, very useful. Okay. Currently, we have one. Oh no, we have two because we can still use this to pop Murakumo. Okay. If I can link one. Okay, I think I know how to do this. Okay. We have to go Amatsu first. Amatsu is priority number 1. So we go Amatsu. We go Amatsu. Because now this gives us potential Lemnis. And we know our opponent's resources in hand are quite limited right now. Maybe I have to trigger Rose on summon then. Because the problem is, if I now summon, they allow to do that. I have to bounce with Lemnis. This is fine. This is okay, because I still get to go... I think I should just Rose on the summon of Amatsu, to be honest. Because if I just negate this... If I just negate that, now we have nothing left in theory. We have Symbol Skeleton and Grave still. I could go Link One into Hayate. Special Summon Rose. I could just go Ray Tribute, Special Summon 0, Effective Rose. But the problem is, if I do it that way around, maybe it's a Zeke angle. No, it can't be a Zeke angle. It can't be a Zeke angle. I mean, Gearsu... They have Dingirsu engrave. It's whether I use Ray to tribute summon 0 or if I try and go through something else first. Because I have 1, 2, 3 engrave. I'm going to have plenty of these engrave. It's just about getting the Rose out of rotation. It's just about getting It's just about getting Rose out of rotation. That makes life so much easier if I did remember to trigger it. I thought I didn't remember to trigger it then because I got distracted. Okay. And now we're just going to go Link 2 and 2, 0. Oh. Do I have to use this? Realistically, yes. Because I'm going to get Lemnis. Battle Phase pops aren't really going to do anything here. Genuinely, it would do so... I will admit. I will fully admit. Combined maneuvers would go hard here. Combined maneuvers would go really, really hard here. I fully agree. Okay, I need preferably a Fallen and Virtuous draw here. Looking at these potential draws, I think Fallen and Virtuous is the best thing we could hope for. Another MST into... a way into MST into Babel, a Talents. There are a couple of draws that could do it for us here. That probably isn't it, though. Because the problem is, as soon as I go 0 attack into this, the board... then their board gets unclogged and they can do things again. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 Striker Spells engrave. I have 5 after this Widow gets used. There's no... The Resources Great Game is too strong. But I can't afford to do anything here. Also, this has your main phase. So I swear they can't use this engrave during my turn. Look, I brained out for a moment. I'm sorry. I had to respond to something and I brained out for a second. Because I got told off for accidentally showing my YouTube stats. That wasn't what I was meant to do. Main phase is A-okay. Because if they go SP, I know we have like Crescendo locks us, so I'm kind of chill with that. We have a Prayers in hand, but we are out of Mitsurugi spells, traps, and deck. This is very much a situation where I know for a fact that I've lost this game. There is no question. There is no doubt. I have 100% lost this game. That's just how it is. But by playing it out, I'm learning a lot more about how this works and about how I can start to dismantle boards. So I'm still playing out even if it is losing. Even if it's losing, I'm still going to play it out. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I mean, Eagle Boost is a stall on the 0, right? Because this is just going to get the Babble back immediately. I could anchor into this. Oh, wait, that's a thing. Oh. Yeah, I don't think there is any way to stall here. Okay, Eagle Booster in that situation, I understand. I understand Eagle Booster in that situation a lot more. Okay. Eclipse doesn't really do anything here. Droplets are also kind of mid, especially going first. Bell is also very mid against this, but I still want one as the cross-out target. Cosmic might unironically be a call. No, but I'd rather have everything else instead of Cosmic. Oh. This is where I kind of wish I played Typhon, so I at least had a body. So at least I will have a body later in the game, because this is abysmal. Yeah, my Fallen Virtue is floating. That's all I have. I mean, it's fine. We're gonna we're deck thinning with End Phase Albion, so we're gonna see the Ray. There is nothing. Also, the problem is, if I use these, I'm just like, I have no life left at that point. My Secret Village? I swear that card is banned. I swear that card is banned. So I'm pretty sure it is always going to be Solemn Accusation's Banish Ritual. Just... Okay, so I have two options in terms of effects here. Because they can get it back with Kusanagi. They can get back Kusanagi. They only play one of this realistically. They can get it back with Kusanagi. Which is the same way they get it back now anyway. So I think I'd rather just go 1500. Because Kusanagi gets back anyway. I think 1500 is just better. Because even if it's banished, they're adding it, they could add it back potentially. And that just gets too messy for me. Yes! Please. Please, don't have Orcust Engine. Okay, come on. Ray. That's like... It's Ray. It's fine. It is essentially Ray. Okay. I think based on last game, there's only one ritual in deck anyway. I think there's only one ritual in deck anyway based off of last game. Because I could just drop... I don't think it's even worth dropping the Fallen Virtuous here. Because I think I'd rather just go Shizuku. I know we can go Shizuku into linkage into Zera. I do kind of want to keep the spell engrave. I don't think I go for the self pop there. It just makes me so vulnerable on this engage, especially if they happen to side in like a counter trap going second. No, okay, if it's a bad top deck, it's probably not Mirror. Realistically, if it's a bad top deck, it is unlikely to be Mirror. Because if it was Mirror... If the top deck was Mirror... Yeah, no, it's not Mirror. There's no way it's Mirror. Absolutely no way it's Mirror. Okay. I feel like this is a set crescendo. I am concerned it's a set crescendo. So I actually don't want to pop it. I kind of just want to let it go. I don't want to pop it. I don't want to play into a crescendo. Actually, I don't care. I don't care. If it's a crescendo, I have access to all of this stuff. It is a... Okay. Because I was just going to trigger Ray there, add back the second engage, and I can just go... Yeah, I can just go game now. Because if that was crescendo, they get a search, but the search actually doesn't achieve enough. Because I have the anchor, even if they go for like the RB guy, or the NK something guy, I still have the answer to that. Okay, we are going second into Orcust. We are going second into Orcust. Orcust. Okay, Orcust. It's like the pirate way to say it. Orcust. Okay. Okay. So is Droll even good against this? Because it's good against Mitsu. Droll is good against Mitsu, but it's not good against the Orcust engine. That's the problem. The Droll doesn't feel good against the Orcust engine. Cosmic said, okay, I do kind of like, I can get behind Cosmic. And I admit the Fallen Virtuous isn't incredible. We'll try it, because I'd like to hit the Babble if I can. I'm so conflicted on whether Droll is good or not. Let's just... It does stop them adding back the Babble from deck to hand if they don't hard draw it. So I'm not mad at it. Plants? No. Plants has had its time. Let her rest. She had a hard life. Just let her rest. And then one day, maybe there'll be another seed or something else broken that could bring it back. But right now, I want a break from plant. Okay, no interaction means we're getting full combo boarded again, and we have no board breakers in hand. This, feels... Oh, this feels not good. Draw successes, August? It doesn't seem particularly good. It seems quite nice. So, the thing is, the Orcus engine wasn't what was scaring me there. It was the Mitsu engine. Just to make this easier so that I can yap, I'm just going to keep going. Because this lets me yap at the same time. This allows me to yap. So, it does shut off the important thing, which is the Mitsu engine. It limits to what they can actually end on. Because post-side, I am very, very scared of Purification. There's no shot we play 2 Crescendo. There's no shot we play 2 Crescendo. Maybe we do, but I feel like we probably don't play 2 Crescendo. Because we've drawn a lot of the targets for Galatea, which is nice. Actually, it can add back from grave. No, it's not nice. It means nothing. They can add it back from grave anyway, so it doesn't actually matter. They can add back from grave regardless. Yay! Dueling Buck! You know... There we go. The thing is, I don't actually hate the Dueling Book like that much. I don't hate the Dueling Book like that much because it's like, you can actually say like small indie company. It's not like Pokemon TCG Live where the game is just unplayable half the time. It is actually like a small company, or even is it even a company, or is it just a couple of individuals? Dueling Book isn't like a real thing, so it's fine. I understand having laggy servers if they can't afford the premium Master Duel-esque style. I don't know anything about servers, please don't roast me. I know nothing about like computers or servers. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro? Admittedly, I refuse to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. I essentially refuse to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro because all of the players on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro are terrible. I know that sounds mean, but like every single time I play a simulator for like either Omega or Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, the quality of play feels really, really low, and it feels like I'm not getting good testing. Like, I have that issue every single time I play one of the alternate sims. I have that issue every time I play one of the alternate sims, and especially if you're going for, like, a lot of people will use the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro and stuff for learning decks, especially learning, like, OCG decks. Especially for learning these, like, OCG decks. So a lot of the stuff you play against is stuff that isn't in the TCG. So I find it very hard to get... At least this is back when I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. I used to find it very hard to actually get access to high-quality TCG matches on there. Dueling Book, surprisingly, I think has the highest quality of players out of any of the unofficial platforms. Again, I am not saying right now that this is the case. I am saying from my experience I have been first ranked on Dueling Nexus, I have been first ranked on Dueling Book, there wasn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro ranked when I was playing it. I don't know if there is now. But I've been first ranked on multiple different platforms. Dueling Book is the strongest one. Actually, getting first ranked on Dueling Nexus was like my favorite thing. Because I ended up with a win rate. To get first, I ended up with a win rate of like 70 wins and 4 losses. I had some insane win rate of like 70 wins and 4 losses. And that is something I have never seen on Dueling Book. It's also, especially being a manual sim, just allows for much better testing in general. At least in my experience. Okay. Oh wait, is it take control? This is a lot of cards. Okay, so we know that there's been no search crescendo. We know that this is prayers plus purification. Okay, I need something good. Like, no. Dueling Book is the most toxic platform. No question, Dueling Book is the most toxic platform. I'm not denying that. But I think it is also the strongest in terms of the player base. Having been someone who is laddered to the top of both ladders. I've been first on both ladders in the past. I know my stuff. They added Crescendo and shuffled... Oh, wait, they shuffled a card back into deck. Oh, hang on. It draws a card, right? Oh, so this is Crescendo plus Purification. Okay, so we know that this is Crescendo plus Purification. We know every card our opponent has. Yes, I thought it had to shuffle back the card added. No, of course it doesn't. That would be dumb. Yeah, okay, so it is Crescendo plus Purification. Okay. I ideally need this Murakumo to stay there. I can call by Murakumo, to be fair. Okay. Okay, I want to, like, actually talk through my plays rather than just, like... So, we have... Let me actually talk through my plays, make sure my thought processes are correct. Because if I just rush through this, I'm learning poorly. Like, it's testing. We have to learn properly. So, near the activation, destroy it if a monster fish from the extra deck. Obviously, SP, IP. I don't even know what IP can go into here. I have no idea what IP can go into here. Futsu, there is a Purification and a Crescendo set. Crescendo can be used. Low key. I have Shark Cannon. I'm tempted just to go Shark Cannon, drop it on the Murakumo. That interrupt has immediately disappeared. I don't hate just dropping Shark Cannon immediately on that Murakumo. Obviously, the Reborn, though, in the grind game is going to be very, very nice. So it might actually just be called by. Oh, yeah, it probably just is called by then. Because we know there isn't a Prez, realistically. We have to think this through. We have to think this through. Okay. Now let's think in response, because obviously we could go linkage immediately to send this. Because I'm looking to force out either Crescendo or Purification as soon as I can. I'm really curious what we're IPing into. I'm very, very curious what we're actually pitching the IP into here. Okay, this gives me the 0. The thing is, the 0 is just going to immediately trade. Amatsu might be cool. Amatsu could be cool. But also, I think just going 0 and just saving the effect is going to be very, very big. Because that's going to force out, like, multiple interrupts on its own. Let's say they do anything end of main. Because I'm threatening... I have Shark Cannon and Widow Anchor available here. This will force one of them now. Probably Purification. Yeah. Maybe this was using the 0 too early, thinking about it. I could definitely just have thrown the 0 too early here. This is Dueling Book, yes. This is Dueling Book. Okay. So realistically, we don't need to worry about this Futsu anymore. Normal Ray is gonna force out something else. Okay, so their attempt is going to be to make something bigger than... Okay. No, this board is difficult to break. 100%. The point of this, the reason I'm like playing into a dead board, I know that this game is lost. But learning is more important. Learning the ins and outs of the situation is the most important thing here by far. So if I just link one. Because I kind of just want to use the Ray as a force out here. Because the problem is, this being available makes it a lot harder. Let's just go battle phase. Because obviously they're going to go try send Orcus Nightmare, use Orcus Nightmare, send World 1 to buff the IP so I can't hit over it. So I'll hit over this to force it out. Because I'm pretty sure I'm just using this to force out the crescendo. This should force out the crescendo. It didn't! Ooh, that's very, very nice. Hang on. That's a big, big factor. This is gonna have a carry. Because it doesn't target engrave, right? Because now, the problem is, now that they've done this, I then can't attack over the IP because it hasn't got enough, the Hayate is smaller. Unless I go to like Widow on this, which is no point in doing. I can just like use the Widow on the IP though and just get the send here. Obviously they can crown. After they take the damage, obviously they can crown. Okay. So, CAG adding back linkage. It's only going to crash with the IP if I have back linkage. So maybe it's better to go Shizuku, because that doesn't trigger the SP. Because I really don't want to waste the CAG add back here. I did not Ray already. I swear I didn't Ray. I swear I just linked one into Hayate. If I didn't link one into Hayate, I may have used it twice. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. Okay, yeah, I already used Rai. That is my bad. Okay, so we still have this. There's no point doing it, so we just go main 2 and just link 1 main 2. Okay, it happens. It's one of those where it's not a big deal. It happens. Especially when trying to go through, like, complicated game states. That stuff happens all the time. I don't think this IP can go into anything super, super meaningful right now. Unless we play the other IP thing, I guess. Hey, Master Job's cute. When is it? Because I know it's the same weekend as Italian Nats, but I need an actual date. Okay, what are we going into here? What do we actually have? Oh, Dynamondo! Huh? What this? Singularity! Yep. Yep, Singularity is a thing. Okay. Okay, so from that game, there's a couple things I want to have a look at very quickly in that replay. And then we'll do another match. No, it's not up yet. No. Come on, give me the replay. Give me the replay. I should have just stayed in the game and clicked on the replay. No, replay's not up yet. That's a shame. We'll have to give it a minute. No, it's one of those where, especially with like unbreakable boards, I have to learn how to play into them, even if I know that I'm losing. Obviously, if time were a constraint, I'd just scoop. But you have to learn how to play into these boards. Otherwise, you're not gonna learn. And making those little mistakes happens. Making those little mistakes happens. I didn't mean to use Ray twice, but you make those mistakes sometimes. The more you practice, the less you make them. Okay. So I want to see the third game. Can we skip games? Yeah, you can skip games here. To start to review replays, I mean, I'm going to have a look now. I'm basically just looking at my... So, in a real game, you don't have full hand knowledge. In a real game, you don't have full hand knowledge. When you're looking at a replay, you know exactly what your opponent has. So you could work out what the sequences are. You could work out what the sequencing is to play around exactly what your opponent has. And once you've learned that kind of sequencing, once you've learned, hey, in this situation, actually, this would have helped me play around Vela, you could, once you've analyzed a couple of replays of, oh, I could have done this differently. Oh, this card could have played around Vela. I could have done a different order of plays to play around Ash. Once you recognize those in your replays, you'll end up applying them to your actual gameplay. You'll end up applying them to your gameplay itself. So in the Book of Eclipse, not really. I have taken the Book of Eclipse from Raymond Dye's list, who got top 4 at Columbus. Right now, I am not going to claim to have the most knowledge of the format or the best list in the format. So I've taken inspiration from another list, and that list had Book of Eclipse in it. And I've kind of liked it, personally. I've liked it as, like, it's quite a nice extra interrupt, especially into things like the mirror, if they summon a rose. Anyway, let's watch the full combo, and let's have a look what I could have done differently. Soul Release with Thrust. I saw that in Leo Sky Striker list from FrenchNet same weekend, because that was playing a Soul Release inside with Thrusts. Okay, so this is pretty much just Unbreakable, right? This is pretty much just Unbreakable, especially without a board breaker, but I want to see the things I think I underutilized here is I think I underutilized the shot cannon. The problem is, though, the crescendo was still left the entire time. So I started off with Called By. We had full knowledge at this point, so we knew everything that was there. I don't think this is bad, especially since my opponent... The problem is, I don't want to do something like go linkage in the middle of a chain. I don't want to go like Futsu, end up chaining like Shot Cannon, and then the Murakumo. They just go chain crescendo, and I can't chain the second Call By style card. So I'm fine with this start off, and I'm also fine with the linkage. I think this was stupid. I think wasting the 0 so early when I knew it would immediately force a negate was a bit odd. Will I go to battle phase? I don't hate the idea. The problem is, they still... Actually, true. I don't know. I don't know, because even if it's during the main phase, if I go battle phase and do this in battle phase, my opponent is still going to go Gearsu to add back the Orcus Nightmare, Reborn back the Galatea, and can still buff and then Reborn back the Havakiri. They don't have zones for that, actually. Okay, no. Yeah, they didn't have as many zones as I expected there, so maybe. Because they wouldn't have had the zones to be able to go get... Especially since I'd be in battle phase and the IP wouldn't have been used. We wouldn't have had the zones to be able to go Reborn Galatea and Reborn Habakiri at the same time. Because I don't think they do... I don't think we do force IP early. I think the IP just sits there because we're going straight into battle phase. We're not giving them anything on board. No, I think going straight into battle phase was maybe correct there. Because then we get the guaranteed hit over the IP with 0. We chain the effect, we get hit by Purification. That resolves. That resolves. Then we could potentially Futsu Engrave. We could potentially go Futsu Engrave, change Shot Cannon. Hang on, Futsu Engrave, change Shot Cannon. Then if Crescendo gets chained, it's a bit messy. But if it doesn't, we go Linkage, then Shot Cannon. Reborn back the Futsu. Futsu's then going to be able to get us a hit over the SP, because we're not going to have... Oh wait, purification isn't normal. Oh my god, you're right, yeah. Look, wait, this changes everything. Because, okay, let's scrap that line of play that we were thinking of. Let's actually look at this for a second. My rusty ass has not seen a purification played against me in a while. I forgot that this was a normal spell. In that case, because this is a normal spell, we 100% change Shark Cannon. We 100% change Shark Cannon here. Because if the Shark Cannon, if this doesn't resolve, then we forced out the Crescendo. If it does, we go Chain Linkage, send Shark Cannon, get the third Spell Engrave, and then we have Futsu plus something, plus Hayate to get the hit over. Yeah, okay, so my play was completely wrong there. Even in this case, I completely forgot that I couldn't chain this. Yeah, they still have a bunch of Orcus follow-up, but we're still looking at how I could have improved my play. They still have all of the Orcus cards, but it cuts off one of the major engines, which does help me survive, and I still, at that point, have Ray Anchor in hand. And especially if I'm going, like, I could potentially even build up a bigger chain if I go Shark Cannon on the Futsu. I could then Chain Anchor, Chain Linkage. The problem is, though, if the Linkage then gets hit by Crescendo, gets banished, and doesn't get the Send, I then don't have enough spells engraved for these two, so that gets just kind of bad. So I think I'd only ever go Shark Cannon Linkage and keep these two in hand. And then that still allows me, if let's say they then chain Crescendo onto the Linkage. Let's say, hypothetically, they chain Crescendo target on the Linkage, banish the Linkage, Shark Cannon banishes Futsu. There's no more Mitsu follow-up now. The Mitsu follow-up just got turned off. And I've lost my 0. I can then go Widow Anchor, target this Gearsu to take it. They have to chain SP, banish SP plus banish Gearsu. Then main 2, I go normal Ray into Kag. Then they have the negate for Kag. It's still a very, very rough position, but the amount of follow-up that my opponent has is significantly more limited. I don't think there is ever a world where there's a Crescendo on the Shark Cannon. If there is, I'm fine with that, but I think, especially considering I haven't shown 3 cards in hand at this point, I don't think you throw your Omni and Banish onto the Shark Cannon at that point. I don't think there is ever a world you willingly throw that Crescendo onto the Shark Cannon when I have 3 unknown cards in hand and I haven't shown anything like an engage yet. I don't think there's a world that happens. Also, definitely thank you so much for the sub with Prime. I really appreciate the support, and welcome to Plank Gang. Thank you so much for support, I really appreciate it. But no, okay. We've learned a little bit from this. I definitely should have valued going into battle phase more. And I should have valued just being able to start manipulating the board in battle without doing anything else. Okay, so I definitely could have played this better. I'm happy with this. I think if I drew a breaker card, yeah, it's significantly... Or I drew an even engage, I think I would have been in a better spot. I don't think this was winnable, but even if it wasn't winnable, I could have played this better. Even if this wasn't winnable, I could 100% have played this better. That's all that matters. Oh, and I got DC'd. Okay. The password is Sunsea Jess, all lowercase. We're going again. I am going to be right back in 2 seconds. I'm going to go grab some water. Why is it zoomed out? Hang on. Okay, there we go. It's fixed. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. Don't go anywhere. And we go again because I need to learn more. Okay. I am here. Okay, there we go. Take notes how I play striker. Take notes with a pinch of salt, I will say. I am also learning, but some theories there. A little bit of theory is there. Do I always try to place out and sometimes I scoop? It depends on the situation. So in tournament, I'll scoop a lot. I scoop a lot of these games in tournament. Oh, okay. I don't know what these cards do. So it depends on the it very much depends on the situation. It entirely depends on the situation. Especially if it's a timed tournament. I will scoop tactically. Especially if it comes to like conserving timer, I will scoop tactically. I'm not just gonna play out a game that is like 99.9% unwinnable if I don't need to. But in games where it's like game 3 and I need to win the game to win the match, I'll probably end up playing it out. But in general, you learn, especially when testing, you learn these skills by playing it out. So when it comes to testing, I am more likely to play out game states like that, just so I can learn a little bit more about how to interact with the deck. Because playing difficult game states is the best way to learn. It's actually one thing that I really dislike about Master Duel, specifically with the timer. I really dislike it about Master Duel, especially with the timer, because the timer you saw me just then. I took maybe 10 minutes during that turn, just trying to talk through different potential lines and different things I could do. Stopping to learn is something that you can't really do as much in Master Duel. And it's one thing that does frustrate me a bit more about the game. I think with Master Duel, I don't think it really... With Master Duel, obviously there's things like lag and everything, but I don't think it really matters. It's more I don't think it matters the specific instances. I think it's more the premise of under that time pressure, it's a lot harder to think through and develop game plans when you're new to a deck. I think that's why even a lot of Master Duel players will use things like Dueling Book to learn a deck initially. Because there isn't that same time pressure, and it lets you think through and learn lines a little bit better. Because I know a lot of Master Duel players who will prioritize learning the deck to begin with in a platform like Dueling Book. Oh, these are new cards. Okay. If there's a synchro summon, add a card that mentions your RDA. When you put activates a monster effect, you can banish this card to control, special summon a red dragon option deck. It's treated as a synchro summon. If you do, its attack becomes doubled. Also, it cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Okay. Does Rain Typhoon bridge well into Sky Striker? It does. It gets you engaged with 2 spells engraved. Going second, it is a lot worse, though. I will fully admit, going second, it is significantly worse. I don't know if other Radiant players do, but for me, I will side out the Swen, the Chant, the Eldam, the MST going second most of the time. Because, like, in this hand, the Swen is, like, very, very... Swen is very, very counterproductive here. Okay, Red Zone. Carter effect. You can target card in the field, destroy it. Okay, and this reborns back this. Okay. Eclipse is very, very nice. I don't hate just dropping the draw phase Eclipse here. Okay, I just need to read this. Okay. Because I think just going immediately Book of Eclipse is very, very strong here. Was supposed to be a Magnet Warrior account? No. Jessica Law, I studied geology. Jessica Law is that I studied geology, so Rock Enjoyer is because I enjoy rocks. Okay, so Swen is obviously just really, really bad here. To be fair, Swen's actually kind of cool with getting MST for the red zone. But I need to establish bodies first, realistically. Because Swen on its own is going to kind of suck. Okay, there is an Ash. Because I have the cross out. I have cross out, I can immediately just call it. But I don't think I particularly care. I don't think I care enough. Because I can literally just go drones. I don't think I'll use cross out on anything else, but I don't think I'll use cross out on anything else. Oh. You can use any quick play spell in main, in draw phase, unless it's something like magnet bonding that specifies the main phase. Okay, because I can just go Camellia, but I kind of want to keep the body and potentially go into like... Because I have MST for that immediately right now. Camellia is cool. Yeah, but also going for Ray would just be more advantageous at that point and go Hayate Sen Ray. True. Hayate Sen Ray is a very, very big thing here. Because the defense of these is both too big, I think. Okay, so now I want to go linkage, because I still want to go into the 0 if I can, because I want to go 0 Azalea, preferably. Instead of going linkage, it's worth going anything else in that case. Because I could go link 1 to Amatsu, special Rose, link 2, 0, 0, special Azalea, link 1 Shizuku, end phase Shizuku, add linkage. That's the only way I'm going via a Shizuku line here. So it might, or I could just go linkage and just add the Lemnis in it. Do the exact same thing, but add Lemnis in end phase. Okay. Okay. We got this. We can figure this out. I think it's pop this one. Okay, I knew I had to pop that one. Because I think, pretty sure the other one has an effect that's going to be really irritating. Is it public knowledge? If it's public knowledge, I'm gonna ask to read. Okay. If this card is sent for the multi zone to the graveyard, especially with a red arch into your extra deck. Okay, I am not getting rid of that. Yeah, I'm not getting rid of that thing. That thing is spooky. Because I'm going to go Lemnis, end phase, bounce the Scarred. Okay, let's bounce. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. So he shuffled 6, bounced those. We technically, if this gets chained, I can still MST. If there was a world I definitely kept engaging Grave. Okay, maybe it wasn't worth bouncing the trap in that case. But the thing is, if it wasn't flipped in end phase, I didn't really want to just... Oh, I could have MST'd it. I don't know, it's fine. I think I definitely could have played that a bit cleaner with the MST to keep the engage engraved, so that I could have just gone Lemnis into the engage. That's on me, though. That one is on me. As you were going, honestly, I like Sky Striker. I am a fan of Sky Striker. This is very much like the warm-up stream. We're just doing some viewer games, getting used to playing, and then after the viewer games, oh Jesus. After we've done like the viewer match stream today, we'll probably switch over and start doing some ranked grinding next week. Or after I'm back from Turin. After I'm back from Turin, we'll do the ranked stuff. $19th to 22nd? I can do that. I am back. I'd have to put in a lot of work, but I might do that. Oh, summon's good. Okay, so there is no lights in grave, so this is guaranteed going for a hand rip. Do I care? I feel like I don't care about the hand rip. Nah, I don't care about the hand rip. Okay, did these do anything when banished? Don't believe so. Okay, we know what the set card is. We always ash this. So we now guarantee, yeah, okay, we guarantee win now. Because we have the immediate MST trade here. Unless there's a graveyard effect I don't know about. Oh. There is something I didn't know about. Okay, so it was 2 level 1s. Oh, we didn't have any level 1s. Okay, so that isn't actually that bad. Okay, so there isn't anything I didn't know about already. So it's losing 300 right now. It's chill. Because that would be 12. And then that gives me potentially the Lemnis back. I think I probably do go for the Lemnis back. Actually, no, I'm going to go 0. I'm obviously going 0. I am obviously going 0 there. I don't even need to bother popping this because I already have the MST. If there's a Typhon, I might end up going into 0 and use the pop effect. And there's my follow-up. Eldam. Okay, so I can just drop the MST. The thing is, I don't care about dropping the MST. I think the MST is fine just to drop. Because it gives me I can just recur it if I need to, and it gives me such an advantage. Plus, if there is anything scary, I can just chain 0 pop, and I don't care. Okay, neither of those could trigger anyway. And now I can just anchor for game. I don't have any search targets. It doesn't actually matter. I have tribute 0, so this is like over 8k damage. Oh, I should have just chained 0. Okay, so it's RDA. RDA... Cosmic is definitely good against RDA. Duster is good. These look quite good. Fua looks quite good. Droll looks okay. Especially with, like, it's starting with Resonator Call. Droll looks okay. Droll main? I mean, this build is largely just based on the Columbus list. This build is largely based on the Columbus list. Raymond dies. Oh, I like the MST, I just don't want the Eldams. And then, I love Fallen Virtuous in this matchup. Crossout feels a bit less important. Bell doesn't feel that important. Eclipse, Rota is kind of okay. I think the Fua is just going to be more... Fua doesn't actually seem to matter that much. I think I'd rather have Cosmic for the trap. Fallen and Virtuous just feels so good in this matchup. I am just going to click the button to keep going because, yeah, normally that's like a forbidden button. Normally if you're like doing DB ladder, if you're trying to grind, your opponent is gonna, if you say no response, your opponent is going to play differently. They are going to play for the optimal combo and not play around anything if you click keep going. So I wouldn't normally do it in a competitive stance, but it allows me to yap, so. A lot of people only play 2. So I don't want to call it Fallen and Virtuous in this matchup, because it does the exact same thing as... It gets rid of the red zone. It gets rid of the red zone, it gets rid of the Crimson Gaia. Those are the 2 very, very big things. Summoned Adder Resin. Okay, Droll is so good against this. Droll is so good into this. And I think that just this is always better than okay, I think Fallen Virtuous is better than Cosmic, but it's less recurrable. You know, people playing with Fallen Virtuous Master Duel. I'm upset because I leave tomorrow. I leave for a stupid okay, it's not stupid, but I leave for a holiday tomorrow. Not really a holiday, but a tournament and then a little bit of a holiday tomorrow. I also found out it's going to be a thunderstorm while I'm there, which is dreadful. But, oh well. Sometimes the weather just does that. Only one of the days is going to be a thunderstorm, so. Used to the UK weather? There is a difference. In the UK, I'm just existing, I don't know, sea level-ish, probably? I don't know. The problem is I'm about to experience my first thunderstorm at 2,000 meters of elevation. That's gonna be fun. That's if the mountain, like the mountain area even has a thunderstorm. Or it's just the city, I don't know. I know that clouds and stuff, oh god, clouds and stuff. I know that it varies a bit at higher altitude. Okay, let's have a read. Okay, to me, these don't do anything. I might be crazy, but these don't do anything to me. Okay, so I can go drones, link 1. I kind of want to be drolled here, so I think I'm fine with this. This card, I like those like Crimson Blader cards though. I'm a big fan of the fact that there's like Crimson Blader cards. That makes me happy. I'm happy that there are Crimson Blader cards. The RDA was on field during the end phase. Wait. No, the effect's negated, right? Okay, that's fine. Oh, it reborns from grave. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, sure. Okay. I just kind of want to add the anchor. I also don't hate just adding Lemnis. I mean, I have linkage plus drones at this point. Let's just add the Lemnis. Because it's the one that, yeah, I could get drawled on this. But I just like to have the Lemnis ready. Okay, then we go drones. And then we chain linkage to the drones. Send summon Kagari. I'm assuming no response. Okay, because now we can go 0. There's actually a few things we can do here. I kind of want to cycle through a few more names. Just get Lemnis very, very live. We can get the Lemnis very, very live. Just bounce the 2 big guys immediately. I could go Amatsu into Azalea. Azalea would self-pop, though. Let's just cycle a couple names out. I think that's the I think that's the first thing that we do here. We cycle a couple names out. Because this case, I get an engaged draw, even if I don't get the first one. And I've just set myself quite nicely up for the linkage. I'm going to need another name engrave, but I'll tribute the 0 to pop, and I'll get that anyway. Actually, no, I can't tribute 0 to pop. What am I about? It's fine. So, the things we need to watch out for. Engage! I love drawing engage off engage. I haven't normal summoned. I could just normal the Ray. Oh, sick. Sick. Okay, now we just take the RDA. Oh, wait, is this just game? Hang on. And now there's a nib or it's game. Is that actually a nib or is that a Book of Eclipse? Because if that was a forgot to set Eclipse, I had Cosmic. If that was a forgot to set oh. This is game 3. No, this is, it happens, it's fine. Because it's like, especially with quick play spells, the best way to describe them is they're like trap cards. Because like, especially if there was just one set, I just Cosmic and just get rid of it in draw phase. If there's one set card, I Cosmic banish it draw phase, and then I have an extra spell engrave, so I actually get an engaged draw. So the Eclipse in that case didn't matter anyway. No, like, it happens, especially with things like quick plays, even counter traps especially. Those mistakes happen all the time. Like, I got mixed up with Purification being a counter trap before. But no, it's one of those where technically that set Book of Eclipse would actually have helped me there. Because my opening hand, obviously I had access to the engagers. But if that Book of Eclipse was set, and if it was the only set card, I just go draw phase Cosmic, drop the Cosmic on the Eclipse. I then get the extra spell engrave to be able to get the draw of engage for the first engage. So I just end up with an extra card in hand. You know that you haven't used quick play spells? No, that's fair enough. You thought that was Cosmic? Okay, sure. So yeah, with things like Cosmic, it's just setting them. It's why with Striker end boards, you'll see me set a bunch of spells in the end phase. It's because unfortunately I can't use them from hand. It's why decks like Sky Striker lose to Lightning Storm. Because if I could use the quick play spells from hand, I'd just be able to play the card, and that would make it so much better. That would make it so much better into Lightning Storm. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has honestly, there are some Yu-Gi-Oh! Rules and like rulings that I don't know to this day. Obviously, we're not talking like things like quick play spells, but we're talking like, if you give me the text on a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card, and I get asked a ruling about the difference between and if you do and then, I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you the difference between then and if you do. Because I do not know. I've played Yu-Gi-Oh! For 11 years. If I see a then or if I see an and if you do, I don't know what the difference is. I don't know the difference. I just go, hey, you're the judge, right? Yeah, how does this work? Which one resolves as much as possible? Which one doesn't resolve? Thank you. I know one of them resolves as much as possible. And I know, so, right. If you go, like, SP target a monster, I know that the SP doesn't, if the monster leaves the field, the SP doesn't banish both of them. But I don't know which wording means that. It's just one of the stupid Yu-Gi-Oh! Rules that I've never been able to get my head around. when I got my first like big Yu-Gi-Oh result, which was YCS London, when I got that result, I spent the entire tournament going Gunblar Dragon to hand loop my opponent for 4 cards out of hand. I didn't know that Gunblar was mandatory. It never came up. I never understood that Gunblar had to be Chainlink 1 because it was mandatory. I've been playing the game for 3 years. I was in top 8 of a YCS, and I didn't know how mandatory effects worked. Which I think is so, so funny. Technically, I've been playing for 4 years, like 3 years and 10 months at that point. But I was in a top cut of a YCS. I had no idea how mandatory effects worked. It had never gone into my head. I've always been really bad with rulings like that. Or just those little details. I used Gunblar as Chainlink 1 out of habit and because I was told to. But I never understood it was because it was mandatory. Which I still think is very, very funny. I think that's really funny. And it also feels like very me. That is something that I would do. That is something that I have done. Okay. We'll try and get 1 or 2 more matches in. Hosting. Dueling Book. Username is... The password is Sunseed Jess. Username is Rock Enjoyer. First come, first served. And please be aware while I'm playing, I might be slow because I'm also talking. Like Zeline? What is Zeline? Do you mean Zaborg? I don't know how... Zaborg is a weird one. Zaborg is a weird one. And if you do, requires to meet the first condition to continue and then resolve as much as possible. I will try to remember that. I will attempt to remember that. Do I think it's going... Do I think I will? Nope, give me a month, I'll have forgotten. Oh, I'm not playing Shark Cannon. This is going to be very fun. I'm not playing Shark Cannon. This is going to be a problem. Okay. I'm sorry that my voice just broke then. That was terrible. It's like, you branded. We have to learn. New dog, old tricks. Still going with Albion. New dog, new cards, new branded. Same branded fusion into Albion every time. White Albaz. I played against White Albaz doing a little bit of just like friendly testing a couple days ago. I played against White Albaz for the first time. That card is terrifying. That card is terrifying. Ooh. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. Oh, I do not understand how Zaylin works. I have no idea how Zaylin works. Also, I've just clogged something in my head too late. It's fine. Also, I think there was some accidental misgendering in my chat going on, so please be careful with pronouns and stuff when talking about other people that is not me. Thank you. Okay. That just, like, clicked in my head. I am really sorry about not bringing that up sooner. Okay, let's actually look at the game state for a minute. Okay, let's get rid of that. I don't see any reason. There is... So currently, most of the spells are turned off. Let's still go for the draw. I still think it's worth going for draws. Because I could go for MST here. I have MST anyway now. I could keep Vision and then go, or just go Vision into MST. I really don't hate that. Because I genuinely think MST just blind back row against Branded, especially while they have nothing engraved and they can't really chain things, sounds good to me. Okay. Okay. I could just immediately get rid of the Mirror Jade, but I don't think that's worth it. Linkage is also quite nice. Not linkage, sorry. Lemnis is also quite nice. Called by... Ooh, beautiful. Very, very nice. Exquisite, even. I think there is very much a world I can just get game. Chain Fallen. Okay, this gives me a pop. So I've already used Ray, which is a bit irritating. Obviously, going back into the engage is very nice. I think I don't need to do anything here. Because the Mirror Jade wasn't allowed to send, so we're not getting anything in end phase anyway. I can play this incredibly chilled. I can just relax. I can play this very, very chill and relaxed. I can't go Camellia. I mean, I can just go for it. I mean, I can just go Zeke and just let it be popped in end phase. I don't care. I did use Ray already. You are correct. Wait, no, I didn't use Ray there. I just linked off. I've only used Ray once this turn. I can also just go into Shizuku for end phase. I think I'm fine with triggering the Ray Engrave. Because I have so much here. I think I just win regardless. Because this just gets cold byed. And I just save Ash for potential branded fusion. How's Striker so far? I've enjoyed it. I'm enjoying Striker quite a lot. Okay. I mean, this is a good thing for me. Okay, so I'm just gonna Ash this, chain this, go into 0. Okay, as soon as we know what the set card, what was the set card? Let's be nosy. Talon! Okay, yeah. I mean, as soon as they set card, in case it's like something like branded fusion, we're always just trying to hit it there. Prior to Yu-Gi-Oh events, maybe some regionals, but nothing higher than that right now. I don't remember what's good against branded. Obviously, it's this. Duster seems pretty good. Fuwa seems fine. I do... Bell is also very important, actually. Bell is also quite important. Cross out, not really. But I don't use Crown because I don't have it. I do not want to get crowns in the TCG. That is the reason. Okay, so the Ecclesia, I always kind of want to ash this. I normally always want to ash this. Because it just cuts off a full engine. Obviously, I could go for Fuwa draws, though. I think it's still worth the ash. Because I think this is genuinely more, especially since this was the normal summon, this is just more valuable than Brand Fusion. Because I feel like Nadir 7. Okay. That's no extra deck draws now, but I still think it's okay. The thing is, they're just gonna reborn from grave if I hit Fuwa. It's still worth it, though. It's still worth it just because of the Titaniclad. Because the Titaniclad getting a Quem end phase is just worth it. Maybe it was worth just keeping the Fuwa for their turn, then. No, at that point, it is just more worth waiting till end phase for that, then. That's my fault. Oh, that's annoying. I should have left that for end phase. Because, like, I gotta draw off this, but it's not enough. Okay, they don't go for Quem. And before they don't even play Quem. Engage is fine. It's not really what I want, but it's okay. The problem with hitting over white Alabaz as well. The problem with hitting over white Alabaz is that just gets a bit messy as well. Okay, that turns off the 0, which is a bit irritating. But I did just waste 2 cards, to be fair. I forgot the end phase Albion. So sad. That's so sad. It's fine, we'll grab it. Super Poly. Oh. That means I had to... No, but my opponent gets priority. My opponent gets priority to Super Poly because it's their turn anyway. Okay, so we pop a negator. So my opponent's still getting Albion in end phase. I'm still getting Albion in end phase. Sword is available. Okay, sword doesn't do anything. But we are completely reliant on our top deck. I've definitely played this messy. There is a lot of replay analysis that could be going on here. There is a lot of replay analysis that this needs to go on here. I feel like I've kind of zoned out now. I feel like I've zoned out and I'm playing poorly. Oh, it's unfortunate. At least the Ecclesia can't summon a White Abbas from the deck, I guess. Because there is no White Abbas in deck. Okay, that is a linkage. That is a linkage. Because this is on 2K, right? This is on 3K, yeah. Okay, if that was an Ash, I would have got mega punished. But that should just be game. Okay. I appreciate how clean Sky Striker kills can be now. I very much appreciate how clean the Sky Striker kills can be. Have you ever tried Vanguard? I'm 50. I've never tried Vanguard. I remember when Vanguard had their big, like, rotation thing happen. I remember when Vanguard had their big rotation issue happen, where they basically wiped their game from scratch. I remember a lot of complaints around that. But I've never actually tried it. I know one of the Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTubers I've interacted with a bit, Solemn, was like very, very accomplished in Vanguard. I know of a couple of like very accomplished Vanguard players, but it's never been a card game I've really had a local community for, or I've ever really considered playing. Also the branded matchup, if it plays like that free, it definitely feels like Shark Cannon is going to be necessary though, especially when it gets into those very like detailed grind games. It feels like it will be very, very necessary. It feels like, yeah, it's definitely something I feel like I need to have a lot of like high level testing in that matchup, because I am not 100% sure. There's this Psyker in TCG versus Master Duel. In TCG, there's a side deck. That is the biggest difference. The biggest difference is in the TCG, there is a side deck. In Master Duel, I mean, Fallen in Virtus comes out soon. Crown is good, I just don't have it. I'm not playing Crown because I am playing a deck that I can physically have in the TCG and physically... Why am I showing like a sleeve? I am showing the deck that I physically have in the TCG and that I can actually play. And I don't think it's a good idea to just start playing Crown and getting used to playing with Crown when I just do not own it. Because Crown is so good at stopping your opponent from responding with things like draw. Crown is such a good card, I just do not have it. To be honest, that's the reason I'm not on Crown. I don't have it. There is no other secret reason. There's no, oh, it's not good. Though ICS Columbus Raymond Dialis didn't play it, but also I just don't have access to the card. To be honest, that is like the key main reason. But hang on, we're gonna move back over full screen. Okay, that was we had some interesting games. One thing that I'm really curious about, I actually kind of, you know what, before we go, I want to read over some of the Red Dragon Archfiend cards. Because I haven't read all of that new support. It used to be the bane of my existence back when I used to play, when it used to be, I used to play Plant on Master Duel. So I'm genuinely really, really curious about a little bit of the Red Dragon Archfiend cards. And then after we read that, we'll probably start ending up stream. I want to read a couple of these cards first, just because I'm very curious. Because I've also seen like a picture of this, but I wasn't really sure what it did. I don't know if Waffle's still in the chat, but... Okay, if this is special summoned, add a card from your graveyard to your hand. Gains 2000 attack. Once per duel. Oh wait, it could be summoned by banishing 2 tuners and a Red Dragon Archer from your grave. Oh, that's why it's good. Okay. No, I know that the OCG ones aren't out yet, but I still wanted to read them. I still want to read them because they're still part of the Red Dragon Archfiend support. But activates a monster effect while they control more cards than you do. Special Red Dragon or Heart Red Dragon Archfiend from your extra deck. Negate the effect, destroy it. Wait, that's actually pretty good. Okay. This one. You can activate the card, send it to a set, revealing Red Dragon Archfiend from your extra deck. Activate this card by revealing any number of monsters in your hand. Target effect monsters your opponent controls up to the number of tuners. Lose 1000 attack for each revealed. Negate their effects. Okay. Sure. No, it seems like a board break. It would be so much better if they could be used from hand. What are the other new ones I don't recognize? Add a level 4 or lower fiend monster from your graveyard to your hand. Add a monster from a deck if you control a red dragon archfiend. It has assault mode synergy. If you go soul mode monster or a dragon archfiend banish grave, tag monster gets second attack. We saw this guy. This adds a resonator. I mean, Junk Speeder is terrifying. Junk Speeder is terrifying. Okay, these are not going into my brain enough. But this looks like it could Junk Speeder, yeah. I do actually really like the trap, which is control more of your opponents, though. I do like some of these cards. Some of these cards are very, very cool. So, anyway, on the Twitch side, we're going to send off a raid, so don't go anywhere. On the Twitch side, we'll send off a raid. But in general, that is going to be it for today's stream. It has been the first time we've done a test stream on YouTube in quite a while. I am happy. We're not going to be live again until after Turin, though. So, I'm probably going to be live in about a week and a half next. Let's send over very, very quickly, before we go, who is live playing? Who's live that I follow? Let's check. Nobody playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Nobody playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Except for, we'll just send to Fafa. I know he's like distracted doing a locals. We'll still just send it over to Fafa. Okay, so, that being said, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. We'll be putting Discord, join my Discord, it's in my link tree. If you want to see when I'll be next be live, the next schedule will be going in there. Bye-bye.